guess I also went to the World Harp Congress, and before I left, I talked to Linda Rovin, who is one of David's teachers, and she said, if you're going, make sure you catch David's performance on emphasis. They had a section that was called Emphasis on Youth. And there was a lot of youth at the World Harp Congress. Everybody, there were even people your age at the World Harp Congress as well. And so it was the one morning of the whole week-long festival or congress that I got up and got there at 10 o'clock in the morning so that I could listen to David play. And of course he did a marvelous job. Very proud of him. And my impression was, if you ever get a chance to go. My husband was encouraging to me for us both to go. And he, although he's not a harpist, he's a guitarist, he attended many of the recitals and concerts, and he also attended some of the seminars, because there were all kinds of seminars about various music subjects that weren't necessarily just for harp, but it was a learning and education for music in general. And he went to the one, I think, for jazz and blues, and he really enjoyed it. But it was really well programmed. There was something for everybody, and something going on all the time. I mean, you couldn't go to everything. And there were even exercise classes. I went to one because it was rescheduled for 1 o'clock in the afternoon instead of 9 o'clock in the morning. and it was about Alexander technique. We all got down on the ground. And it was really nice. And so we just had a marvelous time. And everybody was so good. From the youngest to the oldest. They were all excellent players. I think did Stuart send you any of the stuff from the Singapore group?
Singapore group, like
the kids with the...
Oh, the play, right?
Yeah.
I didn't get that one, but yeah, there was a play.
Okay, so there was this group that came from Singapore, and they put on this multimedia presentation that included harpists playing harps, and it was kind of like a musical. There were cartoons. It was cartoons on the screen, and they told this story of this harp fairy named Pluck and her adventures with Harpo. It was all organized. I forget the lady's name. I could look it up. I brought my books with me. This director of this group, and they told a story. And there were harpists playing, and with fairy music. And they told this story of how Pluck got her magic back. It was just and one of the things that really impressed me was that this little girl who played Harpo, you all know Harpo Marx, right? She played Harpo. She did the same things that Harpo does. Fabulous from this little girl. The whole Harpo shtick of both the honking, how he honks his horn, and the playing, which he was a marvelous harpist. And this little girl captured his character just incredibly. And let's see, one of the other really interesting, fun things, and I think I gave David some pictures of that, is that there had never been, there hadn't been for 130 years, a harpist to the Prince of Wales. And then, I forget how long ago, but Catherine Finch, one of the organizers of the World Harp Congress, became the royal harpist to the Prince of Wales. And since she was the harpist, there have been 5 other harpists. And the last concert of the Harp Congress, all 6 royal harpists came together to play in ensembles on gold harps. And they played a concert, and then they came and they, at the very end, the last party of the Congress, they also played, and that was a real thrill. And they also played with Alexander Boldachev. Do you all know who he is? He is the founder of World Harp Day, and he's a young harpist originally from Russia. I think he got out of there just in time and now lives in Switzerland. And he did this one thing, I think I sent David a picture, where he did this concert and he had two pedal harps, and he played on both pedal harps.
At the same time?
At the same time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was another really, an exceptional moment.
I'll show you guys a video of that. I have a
Yeah.
video